Hello, it's me, Matthew. It's been another week. So today we're not going to do show and tell. We're actually going to move that to its own separate video. It'll come out on Tuesday. So it just was taking up stuff. But today we've also upped our production game value. Normally I record on this. But today we'll be recording on the Canon C200 with a 50mm lens. Set that down. It was banging up against the chair in my pocket, my arm pocket thing. Let's see what today's video is going to be about. That's a good question. I think today's video is going to be about this sense of perfection or needing things to be perfect. I don't think I truly understood how much it actually affected me up until the last few months. Like talking with somebody and they're like, I think that's perfectionism. And it didn't occur to me that was the case. And I'm working on that script for the web series project. And I've hit some hurdles. And talking with people about it, bringing up some old stuff, it's like, yeah, that makes sense. This idea of, it's not so much I'm needing it to be perfect. Like, well, that's the way I think about it. Like, oh, perfection is this something that the perfect paint job, the perfect photo. It's more than that. It's needing things to just align in a right way. That's perfectionism. Or at least that's what I'm coming to understand. I think there's a lot of, how do I put this? When you're learning something, let's say you learn to do something one way, right? A plus B equals C. In mathematics, that's great. That formula makes sense. But the real world isn't mathematics. And it isn't always A plus B equals C will get you the same result. Or maybe that's not what you're aiming for, especially in art. Art isn't do one thing followed by another thing, get this one result, and bam, you've made something interesting. It's one second. Utilize this device for a new purpose. But uh, and what I mean by that formulaic, I feel like I get anxious about something, right? So, as an example, cooking. I might, I have a recipe in my head. Like, I need these ingredients, these utensils, and if added, and these procedures, if they're all done in the right order, the right time, they'll create this specific meal. Perfection would be always doing that, getting that result. But you could get something that's edible and tasty without it being perfect. You might miss an ingredient, you might miss a procedure, you might not have all the utensils. And I think for with my anxiety, I think I get anxious about one of those pieces missing. And it can disturb. Like, if, let's say I'm having a bad day, right? I'm going to be more anxious about things. It's going to be easier to derail me because of it. And I'm missing a spice. I might look at that meal as totally not possible anymore. That would be perfectionism, right? And I think getting to understand that is a useful tool. Now, I'm not anxious enough all the time that it disrupts me. I'm able to do some things. But I think in more recent times, as my therapist put it, our resilience, not just mine, but a lot of people's, the pandemic has damaged or exhausted a lot of people, and that resilience has been damaged. And for me, what the pandemic did for me is it interfered with my school, it interfered with projects, it interfered with how I planned to my post-graduational progress. I'm not saying that that's causing the perfectionism. I'm saying that the perfectionism is much more observable now because the resilience is down. Like, it's causing more issues than before. And in a way, like, I'm so close to overcoming these challenges. But it's really just understanding them, and there's still a mile of work to do. I think for today, that'll be it. See you next week. See you Tuesday for our show and tell video. Until then.